Hello, hello, and welcome back, everybody. We are up to track number 7 from the Gigaton album. This is Never Destination. I have to check, I never know what these tunes are called. Never Destination. And not a bad little tune, this actually. Quite lightning bolt, I think it's fair to say. The structure is kind of a 12-bar blues type format, which will become apparent if it isn't already. And there's a solo from Mike as well, and a cool little bridge bit. So let's do this one, shall we? So the intro riff, which is also the verse riff, goes like this. Alright, so that is basically just an A chord to a G chord at its simplest. But there is a... So you put your little pinky finger on the 5th fret on the E string. Don't need to cover the B string as well. It's just... And there's a little rhythmic part on the 3rd fret on the E string. So I think this probably a slightly twangier tone than I have as well. I've got a little bit of overdrive on there, but anyway, most of the guitars are playing the same thing, so I think one will be... Eddie, I think, will be playing... I would go with that one. Okay, so that slowly. But you're leaving the chord ring out, okay? Then after a few times around that in the verse, it changes to... Then back to... So that second riff is literally just a D chord and a G add 9. And then back to... Then it goes to... Hence the 12-bar blues reference, because you're essentially doing this. So it's very 12-bar blues in terms of structure, okay? So that 3rd riff is just 8th notes on an E power chord, E5. And then that's that for 2 bars, and then 1 bar, and then 1 beat in the 2nd bar for the D chord, okay? So you're basically just going... And then back to... That's it. So I think that loops around a couple of times, and then you are into the solo. Right, we'll add a bit more gain because it's like... and the first couple of bars go like this. So that slowly. All pretty straightforward, you'll see it all in the tab. First quick bit. And that slowly. Next part is something like this. Okay, slowly. So that last part is... then you're into this awesome bend, which sounds great. That does sound awesome. It's the 20th fret bent up a full step. And then you're into this little run, which is straight off that. So all pentatonic stuff, and then you got this fast run. Something like that, I think. So the run is... So you need to bank your first finger on the 5th fret for that, okay? Little rest there, then there's this. I think he does that. Something like that. And 2 beats into that riff, you've got these double stops with bends, which is... Let me do that slowly first, so... Then you're going into this... Another very straightforward mic riff. And then that extends out. Okay, so that bit slowly. It's quite a long bit. Pretty long, isn't it? So that's slowly. Pretty straightforward. The next bar is... Next bar. It's pretty straightforward then. Okay, and we go through that whole chunk. And so that last part is just... And so that's the last phrase, okay? And it's, you can only briefly hear that just underneath the rest of the tune. There's also some harmonics in there. I'm not sure if they're on the 12th fret or here. Can't remember. Play them either way. Then you go into the middle 8 section straight after the solo, which is just all A. And you're going to go into this palm muting on the A chord. And a riff kind of emerges out of that A. That's the first part of it. And the second half of that riff plays. Okay, and you go round. Pretty straightforward. That slowly. Okay, that's the first part. And fret it like this because you're going to need this kind of shape to be happening later. So you want your little finger and your 3rd finger on the 7th fret and your middle finger on the 6th fret, okay? So for the next part of this riff you're going to play... So the melody line is... but with the chord. Okay, that again. And there's a big part on the E. There's definitely some harmonics on the 7th fret there, okay, which is just that. And coming out of that, you're going to go back into. But then there is another little section, okay, and that section is very simple. It is 1, 2, 3, 4 chords, which goes like this. And each chord is held for 2 bars. That's it. It's D to C, G with B in the root, back to C, and then you're going to finish on the D. Without all that noodling, it's just a D. And there you have it. So that, I think, is Never Destination with the solo, and I've blazed through it, so I hope I went into it in enough detail for you. So yeah, enjoy that one, and I will see you soon for the next one. Cheers, bye-bye.